Today I will be presenting a speech in the hopes of persuading you, my audience, to learn a second language. But first I would like to show you all my note cards so that you can see there are bullet points written on them and not complete sentences. When I was 15, I traveled with a school group to China. As we were looking at the terracotta soldiers, I became separated from my classmates, and I couldn't find help. It's not that there were no people around to help me, it's that a language barrier was in my way. If only I had spoken just a little bit of Mandarin Chinese, I would have found my classmates just a little bit sooner thanks to the help of those people. According to a Gallup poll, 2 out of every 3 college students can't speak a language other than English. This means that we cannot communicate with a very large portion of the world. As someone who has traveled relatively extensively, I have encountered many language barriers, and I can personally attest to the benefits of learning a second language. Most of the world doesn't speak English, and therefore it is up to us to learn a second language. Today, I will be introducing the problems associated with being monolinguistic, a solution to this problem, helping you visualize the benefits of being multilingual, and this is all in the hope that you will take action and learn a foreign language. Why, you might be asking, is it necessary that I learn a second language? According to infoplease.com, there are over 6,500 languages spoken in the world today. And as you can see by this table, English is not the most widespread language. In fact, according to vistawide.com, there are only 328 million people who speak English as a first language in this world. That means that, as you can see here, over 80% of the world doesn't speak English. And that means most of us are unable to communicate with 5.6 billion people. According to an ABC article, there are also 4 main languages for business. While English is still number 1, Mandarin Chinese is a very close second. If we want to remain competitive in international trade and business, we better start learning a second language. I have shown you just a few of the problems associated with being monolinguistic, and the solution is very simple. Learn a second language. The best way to do that is by immersing yourself in another language or by taking classes. I can guarantee you that the benefits are innumerable. In fact, according to the benefits of the second language study, advantages to learning a second language include academic progress in other areas, becoming a more marketable candidate in the job world, and making connections in a globalized world. A second language helps in other academic areas and closes the achievement gap. In fact, according to the benefits of the second language study, second language helps in reading, math, and social studies, and those who spoke a second language generally outperform their peers. Regardless of race, class, and academic standing, foreign language learners did better in English on standardized tests than those who did not speak a second language. Speaking a second language makes you a more marketable candidate in the job world. According to 581 alumni of the Graduate School of International Management, most of them said that they had an advantage thanks to knowing and speaking a second language. In fact, many of them said that speaking a foreign language was a critical factor in their hiring. Additionally, the government needs fluent speakers in languages such as Arabic and Chinese, so if you hope to work for the government, speaking a second language is a must. Finally, if we want to keep up with foreign counterparts and make connections, we need to speak a second language. The U.S. lags quite a bit when it comes to foreign language education. All but 2 countries in the European Union require learning a foreign language, and usually learning begins in primary school. Most students in Europe learn a foreign language throughout their academic careers, which is in stark contrast to foreign language learning in the United States, in which learning usually begins in high school and stops shortly thereafter. I have shown you why being monolinguistic is a problem, and the solution is very simple. Learning a second language takes hardly any time. I've also helped you visualize the benefits of learning a second language, and now it is up to you to take action. Go out, Find a foreign language class, and you'll be bilingual in no time. Today, we have seen why being bilingual is a necessity in today's culture, and the time to learn a foreign language is now. As I've mentioned, 67% of people our age cannot communicate with 5.6 billion people in our world simply because we speak only English and no other language. In our globalized world, there is a need to be bilingual, and in order to connect with the world, you must be able to speak more than one language. It all starts with you, and it starts right now. So go out, pick up your translational dictionary, and unleash your inner linguist. To this day, 30% of Americans don't think it's necessary to learn a second language. But today, I've shown you the benefits associated with learning a second language and the problem with being monolinguistic. And as I've said, the solution is simple. Learn a second language, take classes, immerse yourself in that language and culture. Don't be a part of that 30%. Learn a foreign language. And when is the best time to start, you might ask? The best time is right now.